Okay, students, let's take a look at what to do next. I've got my 5 stocks to work with. I'm going to start with the top of the list and just go with the top 3. If you have to go look up the ticker symbol, because this is the company name here, Annaly, the ticker symbol is usually listed on the chart there, but if it's not, you can go look it up on Yahoo Finance. Okay, so NLY is the ticker symbol. I would enter that in my spreadsheet, or on my spreadsheet here. Okay, NLY, here's the company name. And back on the web, I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance, and I'm just going to type in NLY. If I don't know the symbol, I would just type the name in there, and it would take me to a number of selections there that I could look at. So now it's taken me to the web page that has all this financial information on this company. If you'd like to read about the company, you can go look at profile and find out who the executives are and how much they make. Look at that. $7 million for Mr. Kevin Keys. $7 million for Mr. Fortescue here. And neither of them are 50 years old. They're making a lot of money. Interesting. So up here, now you want to click on historical prices. Now let's not forget the date of the article. I believe it was end of 2007. Okay, and let's go back. In fact, it was the end of 2007. Oh, let me see. I got to get the actual date, December 24th, 2007. So now I'm going to go here for historical prices, click monthly here. I don't need to go all the way back to 97. I'm going to type in 2007. That'll speed up the search, and just hit get prices. And now I'm going to go to the month that is closest to the end of December 2007. So now I hit get prices monthly, and you need to understand that the column I'm going to look at is over here, this far right hand column, because there are what's called stock splits. Okay, we can talk about that later, but just trust me, go get the right hand column. And December 2007 actually looks like the closest date to December 27th is actually going to be early January 2008. Notice the price here is $9.50. That's $9.50 to buy one share of that stock. Okay, so what does that mean? You're going to assume that you invest $5,000 on the date that article was written in that stock. In every one of your stocks, actually. So $5,000 per stock. So here's what I do. I type in the company name. I type in the ticker symbol. The article was December 27th. The closest monthly reading I get is actually January 2008. I put that down. The price I pulled from that table was, remember, $9.50 per share from the far right-hand column, what's called the adjusted price at close at the end of that month. Okay? So I put that down. Now, how do I get the number of shares purchased here in my table? I simply take the $5,000 I have to invest in each of these stocks, 3 recommended by experts, and we'll do 3 randomly chosen later. And if I go 5,000 divided by $9.50 per share, there's normally a commission fee, okay, but we're going to ignore that. You go 5,000 divided by 950, and you would buy 526.32 shares. Here's the thing. Mutual funds, you can buy a fraction of a share. Stocks, you can't. I don't care in this exercise. We're going to just put down the fraction of the share because it makes a difference. If the price is really, really high, like for Berkshire Hathaway, then the fraction of the share might matter. So even though you cannot buy a fraction of a share of Annaly stock here, you would put this number down here. We're going to pretend like you can buy fractions of a share just to keep it simple. Okay, so $5,000 divided by $9.50, I now own 526.32 shares of this stock as of January 2008. Back to the web page. Okay, I want to go 3 years forward. So whatever the date of your article, go 3 years forward. And email me if you can't. Like if you got yours in late 2009, well, you should be able to go all the way to 2012, so we should be okay with that. So 3 years forward would be actually January 2011. So that's 3 years forward. Here we go. End of December. This is a dividend payout. That's not a stock price. So the closest to December 27th would be actually this date here, and I'm going to pull this last number. $13.26 is the price of that stock 3 years later. Everyone's going to track it 3 years no matter what your date of the article was, $13.26. So back here, I write down the date, I write down $13.26 per share from the web, and now what I do is I simply multiply the number of shares I own by this price. So I go 526.32 times 13.26, and this is how much cash I get out of the deal if I sold everything 3 years later. Now again, I'm assuming no commissions there. But to keep this simple, we'll just assume that we're doing this for free. Okay? No stockbroker, no commissions on E-Trade or TD Ameritrade or anything like that. Scottrade. We'll assume that's negligible. Now, how do you get your return on investment? I'm going to take the total proceeds, 6,979 from right here. I'm going to subtract out my initial investment, 5,000. Looks like I would have netted $1,979, and I divide this difference here by the original investment of 5,000, and if my math is right, I would get a number that says 0.396. In other words, I grew my $5,000 investment by 40%. That's pretty good. 1979, that's the difference up here, right? That's almost 2,000. So 2,000 divided by 5, if you do the math real quick, 2/5. 2/5 is 40% or 0.4. That's my ROI. So the number in your calculator up here would be 0.396. I'm rounding to the nearest tenth of a percent, and when I put it in percent, it goes from 0.396 to 39.6%. That's pretty good. For every dollar you invested, you got about $1.40 back. Really good. Boy, if we could get 40% on all our investments over a 3-year period, that'd be fantastic. We'd be very wealthy people. We would not have to work. Okay, but you can't rely on that. But anyway, that's how you do one ROI calculation for your stock.